Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well. So some of the things that you could have been experiencing leading up to today are dizziness and or vertigo at times that may have felt more intense when you laid down or laid on your side or maybe even looked up. You could have even had some inner ear stuff going on, making you feel off balance, possibly wax buildup or any other kind of inner ear issues. And there's still a round of the flu and head colds going around. So some of you could be dealing with that still. And, all of this is just connected to the purging process. And you may have even experienced nausea, tension in the shoulders and neck, along with headaches at the back of your head, kind of right in the back here where it's kind of where the base of your skull and your neck meet in that area. And due to these three symptoms alone, you may have been feeling very ungrounded or even spacey or just lightheaded. And some people, I feel like, may have even experienced a timeline shift or a jump. So it almost feels like maybe you had deja vu, or maybe it just felt like you were in the twilight zone, or just this really weird feeling wherever you were. Like maybe you're sitting in your living room, but then it just kind of felt different. Time could have slowed down significantly or sped up. You may also have had vivid dreams, which most likely were past life memories integrating. And you may have reconnected with people from your past or had some bittersweet memories surface. Lots of karmic stuff has been coming up. You may have had moments of feeling free and peaceful, and then in the next moment, you're feeling anxious and sad. There were also odd disruptions with cell service and internet connections, so you could have experienced that. There were already last week I had talked about accidents, and that some of these accidents might actually end up in the news. And there were already accidents with fires and explosions in various areas. And I do feel like, again, this month people will be more accident prone than maybe you have been. You may have also experienced bad weather where you live. And then some of you may have also noticed an increase in bugs. Everything from spiders to love bugs. We spent the weekend in Sebring, Florida, and the love bugs were insane. I mean, I've never seen it this bad. There were also several mainstream news stories about the Navy disclosing UFO information, the existence of other life forms, and anti-gravity technology. I've been predicting disclosure for a while now, and it looks like our government is beginning to put the information out there more and more as they declassify documents. They haven't told the full story yet, but it's coming. Okay, moving on to the galactic calendar. So from May 2nd to May 29th, we are in the spectral moon of liberation. And the key words are dissolve, release, liberation. And it's associated with the number 11. So expect to see lots of 11 number sequences, 1111, 111s, they're going to be all over the place. And this, along with more energy waves that have been coming in and bathing the planet, is causing this next round of intense purging for some of us. And during this time, 11 represents the power of creative endings and inharmonious structures. What can look like destruction and chaos on the outside are actually necessary forces of liberation, evoking a release from rigid structure and format, right? So you're basically releasing the stuff that no longer serves you, and you're making room for new opportunities and understandings to emerge. You're getting set free from expectations or finite beliefs, right? The beliefs that just so many people might have religious beliefs, and they don't believe that any other religion is, they're not accepting of other religions. So it's things like that that are really going to be put to the test. And spectral energy breaks you out of routines. It's releasing you into the spectrum of possibility. It provokes you to see aspects of your wholeness that you haven't yet discovered. And you'll be dissolving fears, fixed concepts, or habits that have just been weighing you down. And advice during this time is to let go, let yourself be absorbed by life itself, be flexible, allow yourself to be in the flow, allow your focus to cover a vast range, and dissolve feelings of constrictions, right, where you're limiting yourself. Welcome spontaneity, seeming disruptions, and unexpected detours. Release limitations, reliance on format, or fixation on control, right? So many of us out there are control freaks. We try to control everything in our life. So undo, break down, mix it all up, allow energy to travel as it needs. Don't let it get stuck inside of you. Just let it flow through you, and become one with existence itself, because you are part of existence. You are existence itself. So really become one with that energy. All right, let's get into what you can expect from tonight, May 9th through to May 16th, as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. So general themes. One of the first things coming up for a group of you is the perfect storm. It's your perfect storm. And this perfect storm is an alignment of your deep core issues and difficult outer conditions that challenge you to the core, right? So things are going to be happening outside of you that are going to trigger the deep inner baggage that you have, right? So if you've got insecurity issues, if you've got issues surrounding self-worth, feeling not good enough, betrayals, not having trust issues, just any kind of issue that you may be holding on to that you haven't fully dealt with, that is what is going to come up for you. And it's just that perfect alignment of being triggered by those outside events that bring this up. You won't be able to run. You won't be able to hide. There won't be any options except for you to face the situation and resolve it. And the only thing that you can really do is, calmly and quickly put yourself in the eye of the storm, right? While the storm itself rages around you. So it's kind of allowing yourself to be peaceful internally, and understanding that this is happening for a higher purpose. It's happening to purge you. It's happening to release this that's been holding you back. And if you can bring a level of peace to it and just let those emotions come out of you without reacting, practicing emotional intelligence, you're going to pass through this really easily, and then you'll be deeply transformed afterwards. Now, I also feel like this perfect storm is also connected to some weather events that might be coming up. And some of you may literally be dealing with bad storms. And I feel like they may be referred to in the news as like, oh, it was the perfect storm, or it just perfectly came in, and a tornado. And like, I just feel there could be some bad weather. So keep an eye out for that. Another group of you are going to be putting your full being into everything that you do, everything that you have, like just all of your strength, all of your focus, all of your energy, all of everything. You're just putting all of you into all that you do day to day. So whether it's, you're doing the dishes, you're totally into it, you're getting it done, you're getting it accomplished, or if you're focusing on a project for work, like I just feel like you're putting your all into it. And I think it's going to be a really, really positive outcome for you guys. I do feel like you're going to be also feeling more real and more true to your natural state of being. You're letting go of the need to be what you think others want you to be, right? You're starting to live your true life, and you live your love because it's who you are. So you're no longer concerned about what other people think of you. You're going to feel that slowly fading to the background, where it's like, whoa, I just realized, hey, this person used to trigger me in a way that I would feel like I needed to tiptoe around them or hide my true nature, or, really paying attention to what you're saying, every word, every thought. And I just feel like all of that is kind of lifting this week for many of you. Now, those of you that haven't really been doing this sort of work, I feel like it could come on the heels of something more intense that forces you to kind of let go and be yourself. just always be yourself, because people that don't like you for who you are, those aren't people that you need to hang out with. Why would you want to hang out with people that aren't going to like you for who you are? Doesn't make sense. So stop doing it. This week, you're caring for others as if they were yourself. You're giving and receiving compassion. You're bearing witness to compassion by other people. So you're allowing yourself to see things from the other person's point of view so that you can see and feel what motivates their actions, right? And where you lack compassion, that's going to be highlighted to give you the opportunity to become more compassionate. And some of you will also need to bring compassion to yourself, because I see some of you attempting to keep yourself stuck in a pity party, right? It kind of feels like maybe you're wishing life was different, or you're in this just kind of darker state of mind. Maybe you're even feeling a little bit depressed and you just can't seem to pull yourself out of the funk. But it's going to be important that you do this so that you can just start to focus on the things that you actually do have, right? So it's about focusing your attention to what is now and not worry too much about what could be. So don't overlook what you already have in the pursuit of something you don't have, right? That you're missing out on life. You're causing yourself undue heartache and stress and suffering when you could just be in the moment and count your blessings and focus your energy on the people and things that you do have, so that you can attract more of that into your life. And I would highly recommend, considering starting a gratitude journal. I feel like it would be really helpful for some of you, so that you are actually putting your energy into the things that make you happy, the things that you are grateful for, the things that you do have, versus focusing on what you don't have and what you want to achieve. It really is a powerful exercise. If you could do it for like a solid month, you'll see a shift in the way that you actually are seeing things, and you'll also see how you're attracting things into your life. All of a sudden, you're going to be receiving more of what you want instead of more of what you don't want, right? Because again, it's where you're putting your energy. A message coming through for you this week is to trust in the unknown. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the divine, Father, God, universe, light, or whatever other term you may use. Know the divine is lovingly leading you forward. And know that you are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion is creating the road ahead of you. So you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold for you. Step back and get out of your own way and trust the divine that exists within you and outside of you, because it's guiding you. It's leading you somewhere. And I know it's difficult to do that because, again, many of us are control freaks and we have a fear of the unknown. And, I know that it's challenging. It takes some practice. And the more that you practice it, the easier it will be. And then you won't find yourself looking at things from a negative perspective or from a fear-based perspective, or even feel the need like you need to know what's going to happen. It turns into this really awesome adventure of the unexpected. And it really is kind of fun once you can let go in that way. There's lots of upbeat energy this week as well. Many of you could be feeling very optimistic and experience some accomplishments in your work career area. Your animal spirit energy for the week is the lamb. Keywords for the lamb: peaceful, prophetic, patient. And the lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its content can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom will resonate within you, and it will repeat and it will reverberate until you listen. So it's going to keep coming over and over and over and over and over again until you act on it. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. When you're in balance this week, There's a knowingness and an inner peace. When you're out of balance, you're quiet, timid, and concerned. And to bring into balance, meditation and listening. Work, for those of you employed, some of you are going to be bold and ask for what you want and need this week. You'll be pleasantly surprised when you get what you want. And some of you have some extra helping hands to help you through the week. Some may have a promotion or a new position kind of magically appear, or so it feels that way. And then there's a group of you who don't really like your jobs and you're unhappy. And the message is either change it or change the way that you see it by being grateful for the fact that you have a job that helps put food on the table. Work, for those of you looking for a job, I'm seeing some new positions coming your way. I also see some soon to be or just graduated college students making some serious strides in the job market, especially if you believe in yourself. Love, for those of you in committed relationships and dating seriously, I'm getting express yourself. I'm getting new beginnings and new levels of commitment and understanding. A group of you will be taking a hard look at yourselves, including singles, as to whether or not you're being realistic about love. Do you have your heart set on one specific person who isn't giving you much back or who is literally unavailable to you, right? Look at that. Is that happening? Don't you deserve better? From my perspective, you do. Those of you that are single and looking for love, I'm feeling new relationships. Love is heading your way. Make yourself available in whatever way makes sense to you. Finances, there's a turn for the better, possible gifts of money and other gifts of value that may not be money. There's also inheritances or unexpected sources of money. And some of you may be in more of a financial bind and need to face the problem by creating a budget and getting help if you need it. Health, focus on positive. Some physical symptoms coming up connected to diet, exercise, and making time to rest. And some of you may make some lifestyle changes. Spirituality, some of you may have a new spiritual influence coming into your life, and some of you will be guided to focus on the mind-body connection link, right? What's going on in your head is showing up physically in your body. There is a connection, whether you choose to believe it or not. Some of you may find yourself stuck in victim mentality or wishing your life was different. Again, start a gratitude journal, or at the very least, make a list of 20 people, things, or situations that you're grateful for in your life right now to help kind of shift your mindset. That wraps up this week's predictions. Let me get to tonight's caller. I have Doris in Friendship, Tennessee. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready for the weekend. So how can I help you this evening?
Well, I just got a lot of stuff that's going on in my life, and I'm just needing to see if you see anything getting better, getting worse.
I was feeling like you have a lot of things that may be up in the air right now. So it's just, I just feel like there's nothing moving, right? Like everything is, you're just stuck. And I feel like you're really tired. I feel like you're tired of waiting for things. I feel like you're frustrated. I feel like you're waiting on decisions from other people that are affecting you in some way. I just feel like it's partly, I feel like you've got to set some boundaries and release some maybe people in your life and maybe some views of how you see things. I do feel like things will get better. I don't feel like they're going to get worse. Is there a specific area that you want me to look at? Like do you have something going on with work or love or finances? All of the above.
There is no one particular place to even start. I've had some big changes at work in the past year. My home life has some issues, and my health has some issues, and I have some issues with my mother. She recently had a stroke, and
sorry.
she was put in the hospital here a couple weeks ago for internal bleeding, and with me trying to tend to her and trying to work, it's taking a toll on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you've got a lot going on.
I'm working 2 roles at work. I'm trying to do what I was hired to do for 16 years. And then my boss had a stroke a year ago, and I've took on her roles. And I'm just every direction. I feel like I'm being shot at, you know?
Yeah, the divine is definitely breaking you down to help force you make some changes. I feel like in your work area, because I feel like they're not compensating you for the extra slack that you picked up with your boss. They're kind of taking advantage of you there, and you're putting in all this extra work and extra hours. I feel that you're really valuable to them, and I do feel like you've got to go talk to them and say, listen, here's what needs to happen. I either need to take a little bit of time off so I can take care of my mom, or y'all need to give me a raise so that I can make sure that I can provide for my family. Like, I'm giving more than what I'm receiving. And I feel like if you do it in a way where you're just kind of being raw, like how you are with me right now, right? You're just really in your emotion and your feeling. I do feel like they will do something for you. I feel like they will end up either working with you so that you can maybe delegate some of the work to someone else where you can get some help, or they might actually give you a little bit of money. As far as your mom, I just feel like she's going to continue to have problems. And I do feel like you might have to figure out a way to juggle your time. I don't know if she's still in the hospital.
She's in a nurse and rehab place right now.
Okay.
And I'm struggling with the issue of putting her there permanently.
I got to be honest with you. Do not feel guilty. I got to be honest with you. I don't feel like you have the room in your home to bring her there and bring in nursing care. I feel like she needs help. Like, she has health issues, and I feel like she's going to continue to deteriorate. And I feel like I know this is hurting your heart and you feel really guilty, but I feel like, this might be the best choice for her so that she can get 24-hour care, but maybe make a pact with yourself that you're going to make sure and visit her as often as you can so she doesn't feel like she's being abandoned. Because right now I think she kind of feels a little bit alone, right?
The last 2 weeks has not been good because normally I visit her every day.
Yeah. Well, look,
I go straight from work
and look, I don't feel like you need to go every day. Okay. I feel like it's okay if you figure out a schedule that works with you so you can have some balance. I think she'll be okay if you do like Monday, like every other day, right? And work your way, because I just feel you shouldn't feel guilty about it at all. And I feel like you guys kind of had some rocky moments in your relationship anyway, so that makes it a little bit harder too. I feel like she could be pretty stubborn. Okay, so home life, I just feel like you're not getting any help there. And I kind of feel like you've got to. Are you in a relationship where maybe you're wanting more of a commitment from your partner to participate more in, or is it somebody else that's causing the conflict there? But I just feel like you're trying to get.
It's actually both. I'm married to a man that his ideal of being at home is in bed asleep.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, we're roommates. I pay all the bills.
Yeah, I only have 30 seconds left, but I want to get this out to you really quick. You've got to be strong and stop feeling bad about hurting other people, okay? You need to love yourself enough, and you need to set boundaries with your husband, and if he's not willing to do the work, then it's okay to walk away. You still have a whole life ahead of you, and, honestly, I kind of feel like you'd be better off by yourself, and you could take care of yourself, no problem.